You're welcome to the most popular channel where we talk about different things, but most essentially how to live your best life and how to fulfill purpose at the end of the day. But today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different, and that will be the history of a country named Nigeria. And there is somebody who played an important role before the creation of Nigeria, the state called Nigeria, and his name is called Awolowo. And that's the person we're going to be talking about. We'll be examining his life history and so much more about him. Because when you mention the name Nigeria, this is the name Awolowo ring a bell in the heart of most Nigerians that I've met. And today I'm not here alone. I'm here with Mr. Bodaniwa. You're welcome to the channel.
Thank you very much. I'm happy to be here.
He will be telling us what he knows about this man named Awolowo. History has said a lot of things about him, and it's always good to hear from people who, lived during that era and I've heard a lot of stories growing up about him. So you're welcome once again, Mr. Bodaniwa.
Thank you very much.
So what do you know about the biography of this man called Awolowo?
Chief Obafemi, Chief Jeremiah Adeniyi Obafemi Awolowo was born into the family of Awolowo. His father's name is Awolowo. Himself is Jeremiah Obafemi. And he was not born with a silver spoon. He passes through thick and thin. He's somebody who cherishes education. And he tries his possible best to train. He was a self-made man. Let me put it that way. He was a self-made man. It was at home he obtained his degree in commerce, after which he proceeded to London, where he studied law. And before then, he was somebody who loved politics. He ventured into politics even before he left for UK. They have a society called Awolowo Legacy in Nigeria. And when he got to UK, it was really in UK that he really launched that Awolowo Legacy.
Sorry to cut you short, but do you know exactly when he was born?
Okay, Chief Obafemi Awolowo was born in 1909. He was born in 1909. Chief Obafemi Awolowo was born in 1909.
All right. Okay, we've had a brief history about his biography. I'm sure there's a lot more to his biography than that, but in order not to waste time, because I want this video to be as short as possible, how did he get into politics?
Okay, just as I said earlier, having obtained his degree in commerce before he left for UK, there is a society which he formed along with other notable Yorubas. And that name of society is Awolowo Legacy. So, having formed that society later metamorphoses into formation of a political party known as Action Group. And even before the formation of Action Group, he proceeded to UK, where he obtained another degree in law. So when he came back from UK, it was then that the Awolowo Legacy metamorphoses into political party known as Action Group. We should not forget that before then, Awolowo had been an editor, a writer, and being an editor and a writer, that led him to formation of Nigerian Tribune. Then, which formed the megaphone of the party, which later formed Action Group. Then, when they formed that party, Awolowo became the leaders of that party. Notable among those who formed the Peters are Chief SLA Akintola, Chief Bode Thomas, who happened to be the financier of the party, Chief Adekunle Ajasin, and some other notable figures.
So, if I may ask, Action Party,
Action Group.
Mm-hmm. How strong were they? I mean, during that period, how strong was the political party in the country then?
Okay, the party, before the party was very, very strong, especially in the Southwest. Don't forget that Nigeria then had 3 major political parties. Action Group came into existence in 1951, and we've had other parties which is not within the reach of this interview. We have NCNC, we have NPC, Northern People's Congress. We have NCNC.
I'm sure there is a lot we can say about the party, but maybe we should move right into how it became the premier of the Western region.
Okay. Having formed Action Group, it was able to gather support in the West. You understand? Don't forget that we have the North, the East, and the West then. And those ethnic groups had their own political parties, even though they call it, they make people to believe that it was a national party. You understand? But each party, this Action Group, MPC, and NCNC. NCNC was a national party, to be honest. You understand? Because it has roots, especially in the South. It has roots in the South. It has roots in minority in the North. You understand? 2. But in the Southwest, Action Group was the dominant party. The election which took place in 1954. Okay, before then, when the political party, when the Action Group was formed, Awolowo became the leader of the party. And as such, he contested the election which came in 1954.
Okay, and that's where I was to get to the point where he was a presidential candidate, because I understand that at some point he became a presidential candidate for, is it the same Action Group?
Yes, he became, because when he was premier, at a point in time, when he was a premier, his deputy was Chief S.L. Akintola. You understand? And the election of, I think, 1962, rather, he now resigned as a premier of the Western region to contest the federal election that took place during that year. You understand? Then Chief S.L. Akintola, his deputy, now stepped into his shoe as premier of Western region. Awolowo campaigned vigorously all over the country, including the East, West, and the North. But he was defeated.
And that was by who? He was defeated by
He
who?
was defeated by MPC.
Do you know the name of the presidential candidate for MPC?
That was
at the time?
Alhaji Tafawa Balewa
Alhaji Tafawa Balewa
was the presidential candidate.
What would you say happened? What would you say led to his defeat in that presidential election?
Yes. Thank you very much. In spite of his effort, don't forget that each region, we had 3 regions then. The northern Nigeria, the western Nigeria, and the eastern Nigeria. The Action Group was not well received in the north, except in the minority of the north, notable like Middle Belt in the north, that is Jos Plateau State. Then,
so among the minority, Action Group wasn't popular.
Was popular
among
the minority.
But when it comes to the northern,
but when it comes to the core north, he was not popular. He was not popular in the core north, but in the minority north, he was popular. But that vote could not give him enough. The vote of the minority in the north and in the east was not enough
to get him through the election.
Because the election was fought on tribal basis. Because combined the population of the both west and east as our colonial master made us to believe that the population of the north was even more than the combined population of the east and the west. Then, you understand? So as a result of that, these people were able to manipulate the election to favor them.
So to just round this up, what would you say the legacy of Awolowo is in Nigeria? And how often do you think people remember him?
Chief Obafemi Awolowo left legacy in Nigeria, particularly the Western region. In 1955, Chief Obafemi introduced free compulsory primary education in the West because he was able to finance this free primary education because cocoa in the world market, the price of cocoa in the world market was rising. And when he was the premier, he created Western Nigeria Marketing Board for cocoa. So what this marketing board does is to regulate the prices of cocoa. How did they do that? When the price of cocoa rises in the world market, these people will buy cocoa at a very reasonable price from the farmers. They will store it and give them a reasonable price, not the price that is ruling in the world market, but reasonable enough to get the farmers who are cocoa farmers going. You understand? The rest profit they will hold. They will hold the marketing board will hold the rest profit. But when the price of cocoa falls in the world market, then they will use the profit they had to stabilize the price of cocoa. So it will not, in other words, it will not affect the farmers.
That makes sense.
It will not affect the so the farmer, even in the period of excess production of cocoa, the marketing board will still encourage the farmer to produce. They will buy from them. They will store it. You understand? Because that is the only mainstay of economy of the West then. You understand? That was the only mainstay of the economy of the West then. So as a result, they cannot avoid to do something that will affect the family. Not only that, that really makes the government of the action group in the West to be more popular.
That's good. Thank you so much for your insights on this topic. We're grateful. Of course, we would like to invite you back to the channel.
I'll be pleased to come.
There are loads of topics we can talk about.
Yes.
Yeah, when it comes to Nigerian history and politics. Thank you so much once again. And for our viewers, please, if you like what you've heard, subscribe to the channel. Click on that bell button so that you can be notified whenever we upload a new video. And until then, be good. Thank you so much. And God bless.